Alright, we're taking a look at the price action outlook for January the 11th, 2013. And coming into the trading day, we've had a little bit of a change here, right? So basically what we have to do now is assume, based on price action here on the charts, on these dailies with the new levels, that we need to be going long now, right? So we had some opportunities to go short early. Didn't really get a good move down. The market really was just paused out at that point. Was hoping for that early London volatility, and it did. It became a dud. But either way, the market had a couple good actions for it to move up today. So after the rate announcements, then we had some Spaniards with some good results. So that pushed the market up really to back with the assumption now everything is sort of trending back to the upside. So we're going to have to assume that because that's what the price action is saying. So the Aussie, for example, broke the trend line opportunity and all. I don't think necessarily we're not going to get a pullback on this Aussie dollar. So I think that is one of the better potential shorts back to the trend line top or the 5 EMA there. But either way, we'll have to see how that plays out. That could easily just keep going up too. And there was some other news concerning that. It wasn't just the overall market bias after the other news that we had coming out with the bond auctions and the rate announcements. Okay, so looking at the Euro USD today, back here at the top of this whole level, and in one day. So what we have to do now, I've got a resistance level here. I think we're at now. Ideally, this will come down during the agent session and give us the long in London, but the timing on that will just be the matter of setting an alarm, for example, and looking for this to just trickle down, get around the 5 EMA within 20 or so pips. I'm thinking as far as price level 32 to 32.20. Okay, and any of this stuff could go early. So 4-hour chart, your 5 EMA and so forth is 32.25 as well. But I think that's the key level. That's the first area. You look for the higher low on the even in Asia around the top of the hours. Okay, assuming this we can come back down, it could be easily a higher low of this even, and that'll be your first opportunity to continue the long on the Euro USD. Okay, and then obviously the deeper return will be possibly, if we get it, a better long back to the top, and we'll just have to see. The London traders going to be up here, or are they going to be down here? Okay, after the course of their session. So let's see what happens with New York on that. So that's going to be the Euro USD. Should provide a pretty good long, and retesting highs at least. And we'll work on a continuation of that, seeing how this level plays out. So, taking a look at the pound dollar. This came off the trend line well, and really popped up. And really, here we're back at a line here. This was a line I had on the chart not too long ago as a place to sell. So there's a little bit of a red zone here. Looking for a pullback here that might be a little even more shallow actually than the euro. So maybe 40 pips. And then taking that to the north side as well. So, looking for that to happen. And, around this red zone here, possibly we'll get some stagnation, and then we'll pop up into the, 62s. So that's the plan there on the pound dollar. All right, moving forward. And on the Aussie dollar here, we're looking for a pullback here to this 105.55 area I had as a short zone up until really it's fairly early in London, and really if we're looking for a pullback there and long continuation, and see what's going to happen around 106.20 on this one. Okay, so 106.20 could possibly be the top of this. We'll see if it stagnates out there, or just even before then gets the short opportunity set up. You'll need to go ahead and look at your shorter term charts on that. I think your best opportunity on that is to fade that back in Asia, and then take the long. So Right, moving forward on the euro yen. This thing has really popped up here. It's went from that 115 to 117 level I've talked about. There was really a void there it could just go through, and the next one being this level breaking to 122. So this thing has really made a good move up. And we were thinking we were going to get the pullback, but with that news and everything, really this 113 and a half level, and really the zone we had here to first buy was around here, right? So didn't get the deep pullback, and it's gone. Looking for the pullback now. On the short side, I wanted to look for something to happen now, but really it doesn't look like it wants to come back in Asia. But if it does, optimally, the first thing you have to do is just look around like 117.40. I'm thinking, the 5 EMA is way far down here. That really, I don't think is going to be achievable, and unless this really for some reason starts to turn around at this level, I think it may just continue up throughout the Asian even. So people that have gotten into this already are looking pretty good, right? And the weekly on that, just real quick. I've got these blue levels. So yeah, I'm going to see if this is going to hold. Whether or not it's above it now or not, we'll see. And then there is another void here. And we'll be putting some red zones in and green zones now, moving those up as well for tomorrow. So right now it's really done a dilly. All right, let's move forward. Taking a look at the crude oil chart. I'm still waiting on the same thing here. We did pop up, made some pips on the long side if you took it. Okay, hourly chart. Really, just showing you that all in all, though, this is more of a scalpy situation on the oil. Besides, the pips being much broader than most currencies, but as far as a conservative entry goes, I think try a pullback long with some time of day stuff. If you look at this 15-minute chart, for example, formation similar to this with the proper time of day, and just go for the long situation here in Asia. Though don't really see any prime opportunity to take this unless you're going to try to continue any sort of higher low. Let's take a look at this dollar index. We're just basically going between two levels now, around 80.70, right? And this green zone that we've had. So this one, we did that in one day because of the news, of course. The fundamentals really played into that, and we're going to see what's going to happen now. I think nothing's going to really change my bias on this until we break this level with some momentum, or we get back to the top here, and get some reason to believe that the dollar is going to continue being strong, some would say, but really to start getting some legs behind it at this current point. And I'm not really sure it will. I'm not really sure it won't, but I know these two levels are fairly significant. They have been, and this is all just a sort of an area that our opportunities on the other pairs just based on the movement of that. So correlation side, we looked at the euro yacht and the euro pound, and we'll keep those on the chart, and that's going to be it. That'll be your daily price action outlook for January the 11th, 2013.